Hello everyone and welcome to the next video on my request list. Now this is going to be quite a long video because my videos are always based and focused on the life path. And as this person's life path, Master 22-4, has double the tasks to achieve in this lifetime, the video is going to be longer because there's more things you need to achieve. It's because you're an old soul and you came here to do something big, whatever that may be, to increase the security, stability, safety of humanity, but not just in your area, in the world. It's quite overwhelming, but you wouldn't have this task in this lifetime if you weren't capable of it. Remember, you are an old soul and you have loads and loads of wisdom and experience behind you. Now, before I go on to what you're here to do in totality, I'm just breaking down these key words in your purpose. Stability, security, and stability. Now, it's easy. Security, safety, and stability. What did I just say? Anyway, these words are big subjects. So I wanted to just break them down so the Master 22-4 can see in all the different areas that you could express your master builderness. Okay, so obviously you need to build your own safety, security, and stability. And this is going to be through having your own security, whether that be in business and empires, which is very much a very successful business person thing. It's very a 22-4 thing to do, to create successful business empire or successful career. Physical health, very much health and exercise, keeping that body health and stable and secure. Yoga, physical exercise, diet, or mental and emotional health, like your home, your family, that feeling that you have enough. This is all what you need to develop if you don't have this already. Some elements of this you're going to be better at than others when it comes to your own personal safety and security. But when it comes to being a master builder in the world, okay, how can you build world security, safety and stability? Okay, so you can pick an area to choose, like some area that you're more passionate about. So armed forces or national security stuff, bringing something new, because you're a master builder. You're not here just to blend in. You're here to bring something new to improve world stability, safety and security. So it could be to do with the military. It could be very environmental. Kevin Costner is a Soul Urge 22-4, and his what does he call it? It's innovation to clean the plastics out of our oceans. I've forgotten the name of it. It's just gone from my head. But environmental, so bringing innovative ideas that can bring greener energy or clean up our world, which brings more safety, stability and security, and it's more global. Financial, you might be in the financial business world, safe, secure business and empire, or you may bring innovative business and financial ideas which improves world financial security. Or it could be the health of people's physical security, i.e. their personal health, their body frame, their health, their strength. You could be have a global reach and be world renowned as an innovative yoga teacher. Fitness, mental and emotional health. You could be quite innovative and be a good spiritual teacher, advisor, author. But whatever you do will have a global reach. So there's all these different ways and more in order to bring safety, stability and security to the world. So explore all those areas for you to really choose that focus, because the first line of your purpose, you're an old soul and you're here to do something special, and you must, with spiritual practice, channel world-changing ideas and then manifest. You can't just channel them, you've got to manifest those ideas on earth to help to achieve world security, stability and security in whatever of these areas or more, because this is just like the umbrella areas that you might think about when you think of stability, safety and security. But the personal one is for you and the world one is your job for this world, your responsibility as a master 22-4. You did come to do something big. Okay, so you're an old soul. This is the first line of your purpose, here to do something special. You must channel world-changing ideas and manifest those ideas on Earth to achieve world security, safety and stability in whatever field you choose. Stability in the body, the heart, or the world, you know, the environment, the business world, or the physical health of people. But you must develop that attitude of service and use your spiritual perception, spiritual practice you need here, and keen intuition and added psychic perceptions that you do have to be sensitive to the needs of others and the world. You know, you must learn to be that master builder of world security in whatever subject becomes your focus, but it's got to be global. You know, you need to set world-changing goals, work meticulously, consistently, and hard, but in a balanced way. You know, you need time to rest to achieve every step of your goals, to be the master builder of stability, security and safety in whatever field you choose to do that. There's so many ways to be stable and safe and secure, so many in yourself and in the world. But the talent you brought with you is a spiritual talent. And when you add this to your master potential, you have immense intuitive, perceptive, and spiritual insight, knowledge, wisdom, and ability that can do nothing but help you to as the basis of your decision making and everything you do in this world. I mean, you're full of trust in your soul's stored intuitive wisdom. So that means you use all the experience and knowledge from all your previous lives to your advantage. You feel safe because you're spiritually advanced enough to have the wisdom to know why the universe is like it is. So you're safe in the knowledge that all experience are lessons to learn for our soul's evolution. You know that this world is a virtual reality school of experience where all experience, both positive and negative, are needed in order for us to learn and evolve as immortal souls from consciousness, because that's what we are. We're all consciousness. You're focused on your inner development, which can do nothing but help you to be that master builder in the real world. And self-discovery, you know who you are and you know what your spiritual abilities are and you know how to use them to help you channel those ideas for your master builder life path. You're a thinker, you're a researcher, you look to the world and you look to worldly wisdom and look at people's theories, which is a good thing to do because other people channel too, and then pull out those bits of information that really resonate with that spiritual soul within you and just use that to help others, to help yourself mostly though, because that's what your talent is: inner development, self-discovery, spiritual development. You're a free thinker at the end of the day. You're independent but still able to balance your social and alone time and to connect emotionally with others, you know, those that matter to you the most. So you have a big task to achieve, you know, in whatever area you focus in safety and security and stability, whether it's personal, financial, environmental, whatever field you go into, it's got to have a global reach. And your spiritual ability in the expression number 7 is going to be helpful for you in a lot of ways. But there's a few niggly areas where you're going to need to put more focus because the expression may be a bit wobbly with that area of your development, or it might not support it at all. Okay, so let's start breaking down that Master Life Path 22-4. Now there's double the amount of tasks, remember, so this is going to be quite a long video. So sit back with a coffee and relax. So you're an old soul. Already said that. So you're out of the master numbers, you are the one that has the most. You have one foot in the spiritual and one foot in the practical. You have most connection with both. It's like you're both, you're practical and you're spiritual, and you can use your spiritual to help your practical and your practical to help your spiritual. You know, they can work congruently. So you're as spiritual as you're practical, and you're here to channel those ideas that bring world stability, safety and security, but not just channel them, you must manifest them in reality to actually achieve that stability and security. But of course, because you're a master number, you have a lot of energy pounding you all the time. So spiritual practice is vital for any master number. It's important for everyone on earth. But for a master number, for their own health and ability to deal with their task in this world, spiritual practice and being able to handle that master energy is quite vital for them, not only for their own health, but to help them be a master builder as well. You have a big responsibility to the world, to the team, to your family. You know, you can build structures. And when I say structures, I don't mean just buildings. That could be concepts, ideas. It could be bodily structures, you know, strengthen and build bodily structures. Mind, you know, you need a strong mind in this world. Spirit, businesses, organizations, wherever area that you focus on where structure is needed. You know, you could be a master builder in that area. So businesses, if it's not personal, businesses, organizations, even empires for world, as long as it goes towards world stability, security and safety in whatever field you're in, then you are being that master builder. But so your master builder 22/4 needs you to channel ideas from source and then make sure those ideas are manifested in reality to change the world. Your 7 talent energy is spiritual. You have excellent spiritual talent. You're excellent at listening to your soul within you. You commune with and listen to your intuition. And then you have the ability to act on that intuition. You're talented at being spiritual. You have the ability, and you have all the ability you need, really, because of your interest and your practice in spirituality. You have all the ability you need to meditate and to have spiritual practice so that you can handle that master energy and channel ideas from source energy. And then you can practically manifest your ideas, but you must learn by experience. However, the 7 is very much about focusing and developing their self rather than going external. So you're more focused on developing your inner self, self-discovery, spiritual development than you are building businesses, organizations, homes, you know, and anything else externally in the real world. So this could be a bit of a stumbling block. So support your life path 22/4 by ensuring that you manifest your new ideas in the real world in whatever field it is, as long as it brings safety, security and stability in the real world, to develop yourself and humanity for those ends. You know, you're here to apply all that wisdom you have in you in the 7 and the old soul 22/4. Loads of information in that intuition of yours. And you're here to apply that wisdom, apply that spiritual knowledge and intuition and research in the real world to be a master builder of whatever field you're in, of a stable world, body, mind, spirit, environment, financial, business, empire, all for the good of humanity. Whatever your focus is, that's what you're here to do in this lifetime. You need to learn to improve your social skills, focus on widening and deepening your relationships, because you can't do this alone. When you're a master builder, no one does that alone. They need loads of people around them in their team and at work. They need people at home to support them. They need family. They need friends. They need a team at work. We just need people. We're all interconnected. So the 22/4 is here to improve their social skills to an extent so that they can widen and deepen their relationships, so that they have that strength and that stability, that support behind them of the people around them and the people at home. Because it's important you learn to deepen those relationships so that support system is there, and connect with others, because you're here with an attitude of service to others. And unfortunately, however much you may feel it, 7, you can't do this alone. Of course, 7s like to work alone. But your master life path 22/4 and the development towards is your priority. So improvement of your social skills, learn to meet and build and make trusting relationships. And the 7 expression is fully able to balance their connection with others with time to themselves. They like to balance the two. They like to work alone, but they're good at balancing their social and their alone time. But the 7 talent energy can prefer to work alone and be alone at times. And they may hide their emotional expression from others due to a tendency to mistrust. This is a low level 7. And fear ridicule from others for their spiritual wisdom and ideas. And that could block their new relationships and having enough trust to go anywhere near and have that connection with someone else on any level. And it can stop you from developing those deep connections with others. I mean, as a 7, you have the ability to connect emotionally with others. You just have to ensure that you continue to have intuitive trust for others, and that you still communicate on an emotional level with others, and don't let that slip, because the 22/4 can also struggle with that. So extra focus here on ensuring that you are expressing yourself and connecting emotionally with others. You have the ability and the potential to do, and not isolating yourself too much. So supporting that 22/4 life path directly. Use your intuition and all those beautiful enhanced old soul perceptions that you have to know when to trust others enough, because you can't trust everyone. You don't want to be naive, do you? You don't want to go the other way and trust everyone and get walked on. So know when to trust others enough intuitively with your perceptions, because you got that. So then you know when to let down your guard and share your emotions and share your inner beauty. So that you can deepen and widen your social connections to support your life path master 22/4. Okay, we have a little bit of problem. It's decided here we go. Right, so balanced healthy relationships as well. So the 22/4 can struggle with love and having balanced love relationships. Some of them can swing from smothering their loved ones and having expectations that can never be met. And it can often make members of your family run away because they feel smothered and they feel that they have too much expected of them. Or you can swing the other way and be completely detached and back away from wanting love, because you feel it either hurts too badly or you've got other things to do, and you don't spend enough time. So this is what the 22/4 is here to work past. It needs you to develop more healthy, balanced attitude towards love and relationships, the closer relationships in your life. So you can balance your alone and social time, and you can connect emotionally with others in the 7. But your 7 talent energy means you're able to be social and extroverted. But this 50/50 way that the 7 talent number has about them, you're unsure whether you want a relationship or not at times. It's because of that balance of the two. And, sometimes you'll want someone in the room with you, or there's someone there with you, and sometimes not. And it can make you unsure at times whether you want a relationship or not. You might want a relationship, but you don't. Okay. And this is kind of a battle that wages within you, because you want to create that balance, and not everybody will be able or happy to have that only half of you, if you know what I mean. You might back away from wanting love. You might be more likely, as an expression 7, to be the kind of person that doesn't smother as such, but backs away and distances themselves, and takes a long while to open up to trust people on a deep level. So as an expression 7, you might tip towards the distancing yourself bit, but you have the ability and the potential to connect emotionally with others. So support that life path master 22/4, which is your priority, by working on meeting people that you can build a close relationship with, and build a peaceful, secure family work environment, however that means, in every area of your life. A partner for your intimate relationships, or close friends, or people at work that you can count on. This is all part of the security you need behind you to help you be that master builder you're here to be. It's important that you calm that war within you, by giving equal measure to your alone and people time, like you can do in the 7. And you need others in your life, like I said, to support you emotionally and practical, to be that master builder you're here to be. See, I say it ahead of time. I must have these all memorized, even though I don't know it. So listening to and following that intuition, very, very important. The 22/4 has so much old soul life experience there to share and to be that master builder they're here to be. And intuition is needed for you to be sensitive to the needs of others, because the 22-4 is about having an attitude of service and bringing healing to the world through what you build in this world. So you're here to be of service, to change the world, because the development of your intuition can do nothing but help you in that journey that you're here to achieve. So you need to listen to and follow your intuition to help you to be of service to the world and everyone around you. And your talent energy in the 7, loads of intuitive talent and spiritual ability, as well as your potential in the master numbers to develop yourself and your spiritual side. However, the 7 is about developing themselves and their own development, and they might not always go directly and use their intuition for others. Okay, they may channel wisdom that helps others, but they may not always use their intuition for others directly, because they're more about their own inner development and self-discovery. You use your intuition and to help you develop your own wisdom and learn about yourself, but you might not always direct it towards assessing the needs of others, because that's not what your talent is all about, really. So to support that Master Life Path 22-4, use your intuition more to learn to focus on others and others' needs, so that you can read the needs and the nuances of others without them even saying a word. You've definitely got the ability there. So that's within your team, your home, your organisation, clients if you're one-to-one, as well as supporting your own inner development, which is vital for all life paths really, but definitely for an expression 7 or a life path 7. And of course a master number like the 22-4. So you're here to learn to be that team player. Remember, you can't do this alone. You're here to bring something big, master builder, and you need to cooperate in a team. You need to work, be cohesive so that the job gets done. You may fail to communicate effectively with others at times, because the 22-4 can, because they're so intuitive and perceptive, because they have so much knowledge within them, they can often assume that everybody has the same knowledge and intuition and ability as them. So they don't feel they need to communicate the little extras that they want or need or expect. So this can cause them to get upset because they haven't had their whatever they've asked for done, or they think maybe someone's slow or stupid because they're not getting something that you consider obvious, but you're an old soul, that's why. So this, inability to communicate and people not knowing quite what you want can make you a little bit hard-headed and high-handed at times. So Life Path 22-4 does need to really manage that and make sure they communicate with others. So you need to learn to cooperate, communicate within a team so that the job gets done by yourself and other people that you've communicated something to. Your 7 talent energy makes you totally able to cooperate and socialize with others, quite extroverted. But you work better alone as a talented 7 in quiet research, analysis or soul communion than you do within a team. You do prefer to work alone if you're going to get anything done. So everything you do as a talent 7 for you needs to be congruent with your inner development. And if it's not, you're totally going to avoid that team situation. Okay. And sometimes it's not just about your inner development. Remember, you're a master builder. You're here to be a master builder. So support your Life Path 22-4 by learning to work cooperatively as part of an effective team, family, group that all supports your master builder ideas, to manifest your master builder ideas. You can't do this alone. So it's very important that the Master 22-4 develops towards that. You need to develop the assertiveness to demand your boundaries. Okay, the 22-4 being a service number, they can sometimes do too much, and the 2 in them can mean that sometimes they can be walked all over, sometimes even taken advantage of, taken for granted, and really sold down the river by people. And this can be quite hurtful for a sensitive 22-4. You must always develop your ability to respect other people's boundaries and not be high-handed, but also look after your own boundaries, your own safety and security, so that people can't take advantage of you and leave you high and dry. Very important for a 22-4 to have those boundaries and that perception in place, because not everybody has good intentions, and the 22-4 especially is prone to getting taken advantage of if they're not careful. If they're not using their spiritual perceptions at that moment, they have the potential of being taken advantage of. So you need to learn to be more perceptive and sensitive and assertive, to develop personal boundaries around yourself and around how you treat other people as well. The 7 talent energy gives you the ability to balance this 22-4 life path tendency of doing too much and being too of service to others with your talent in the 7 energy that focuses more on yourself and your inner development. So here your 7 energy can help you bring more balance. They can bring more self-focus into your service orientated life path. But you mustn't forget that the service orientation is what you're working towards. So it's vital you don't turn away from that as a 7. It's just something that you're going to work towards. Your life path is a lifelong journey. You're strong-minded, you're unconventional in the 7, assertive, unlikely to follow yourself, to allow yourself to be taken advantage of by others at all. So support your life path 22-4 by using your skills to develop to help others. But you must always listen to your body, listen to your intuition and the feelings and the emotions and the intuitions that you have to know when you've done enough. You need clear boundaries on how much you will do to protect your own well-being and to stop you stepping over the boundaries of other people. Very, very, very important. You're here to be of service to the world, as I've said. The leader, the team, the task, being dependable, making sure things are done. You're here to achieve something big, so you've got to be the person that gets things done, or at least pushes to get things done. And of course, because it's your life path number, it's something you're going to struggle with. You need to be always counted upon, to keep the cogs turning behind the scenes. You're the business builder and the success builder. And, this might be something that you're sometimes going to struggle with because you're here to do it. So you might not always be dependable. Sometimes you might do too much and be quite resentful and irresponsible and undependable and totally let the team down. And you're still working towards being counted upon to keep those cogs turning so that people can depend on you and depend on your support. So your life path 22-4 needs you to develop towards being more dependable and of service to the world, because your expression 7 is very self-focused, more of a leader of the team, the family, the task, the idea, so you can get your ideas out there. Keep in mind, you're here to achieve something big. Your 7 talent energy makes you extremely analytical, able to deal with the detail skillfully and keep the business cogs turning effectively. There's nothing that the 7 doesn't have the mental ability to do. However, the 7 is not quick to want to be dependable to others. Remember, they're here for their own inner development, or they're talented at developing their own inner development. So they might shy away from having too many responsibilities or being dependable to others, because their own inner development is their talent and it's their focus. In fact, they can be very scattered and forgetful. And even if they mean to help you and be dependable, they can totally and completely forget about it. I know, 7 is in my numbers chart. So support your life path 22-4 by focusing your efforts more externally so that others can count on you to get the job done. Try and be a bit more organized, write things down so that you are more responsible and dependable, like a master builder is here to be, and getting the job done. Very, very important. So you're extremely sensitive. And you're here to deal with conflict on a harmonious level, to bring harmony to your team, your family, your friendship group, so things get done. Conflict stops things from getting done. And as a 22-4, you're here to smooth things over. You're here to be a tactful mediator, helping to solve conflicts and fairly and for the good of the team and everyone else around. But you're extremely sensitive and you can often hate conflict and run away from it. So this is another development point that you as a 22-4 are here to achieve. You need to learn to be a mediator of conflict for the good of the group, the team, the family, and whoever it is that are bringing your master builder ideas forward or supporting you from behind the scenes. Your 7 talent energy comes across at times as emotionally detached from all the drama. They can rise above the pettiness of some people's gossip and dramas in the world. They're a watcher, they're an analyzer, and they have the ability to you have the ability to analyze arguments. You have the ability to connect with others and help the team to come to a fair and calm and balanced resolution. However, the 7 is actually a well of deep emotions, and even though they can come across aloof, it's because they're hiding their tumultuous emotions from others. And sometimes a trigger can bring on held back emotions that have the potential to possibly inflame a conflict situation rather than help it. So keep this in mind if you are these 2 numbers. Support your life path 22-4 by observing yourself, thus becoming more conscious of your emotions, your triggers, and how those emotions then manifest, how you act, how you behave. And this can help and make you better able to be more analytical and intuitive and rational, and a more sensitive mediator that brings harmony to all. But this isn't going to be easy. There's going to be times where you are going to run away from arguments. The master numbers hate conflict on any level, and they will run away from it until they've developed past their difficulties. You're here to plan the next steps after you've had an idea and build a team to achieve it. Now, the 7, the talent in your 7 is very act on experience and work alone. So this could be a bit of an issue because you're being asked to plan and work with others and team build with others. And your talent is the opposite of this. The energy of the 22 that you're here to achieve is the nurturer, not just of people, but of the nurturer and the builder of ideas and teams, in order to bring that idea forward with planning and building your team, employing people and pulling together your workforce and communicating with them effectively on what it is you're going to build to achieve safety, security and stability, or whatever that may be. So your Master 22-4 life path needs you to nurture ideas by planning, past the point of initial expression, and team building. Your 7 talent energy is an analytical thinker, very able to think and analyze and plan. But you prefer, as I've just said, to learn by experience, trial and error, rather than by planning. And it's more about your own inner development, how that develops you. You're not really, you can work as a team, but you prefer not, you're better at working alone. So you're not really a team player. You prefer to work alone and be alone a lot. So building a team is not going to be as easy as it would be for some, but keep that in mind as something to work on. So support your life path 22-4 by using that excellent analytical skill of yours in the 7 to help you plan and prioritize for the team and realize the importance of team input and communication in everything you do in order to bring it all together. Because non-communication and hard-headedness or thinking you can do it all alone is not going to work for you. I'm telling you now. Learn to give yourself your own kudos as well. Often you judge yourself on what everyone else says or thinks about you, rather than judging yourself on your own inner conscious and intuition and wisdom. You need to develop your own internal compass and turn inward for validation and do what you think you should do, and not shapeshift and do what others want you to do, because you'll lose yourself. And you're here to bring your own ideas and do something big. So it's important that you're not shape-shifting for other people. So it needs you to develop your 22 life path master, your own inner compass, so that you make independent decisions based on your spiritual intuition and perceptions and wisdom. Your 7 talent and energy is going to be all over developing all that spiritual ability and being intuitive, and at your best you trust your intuitive and inner voice implicitly. You're going to be all over this. This trust provides you with an incredibly strong inner compass and intuition. You don't follow the crowd as a 7. You're not into popular culture. You won't follow just what everyone else does or says just because they do or say it. Communication and collaboration is important, but should not be sought just to validate your ideas. We need to work together. I'm saying don't push people out. I'm not saying on one hand work with others and then don't. I'm saying don't make them the deciding factor in the decisions you make and the actions you take. It's about giving yourself your own kudos, and people around you are just supporting that or giving you other ideas that you can decide from your intuition whether you're going to action or not. Very, very important. So support your life path 22-4 by communing with your keen intuition to help you make confident decisions and effectively assess feedback from others so that you know what is good feedback and what is just not good feedback. Okay, intuition, use all that spiritual knowledge you have within you. I mean, you've got the talent and the potential to develop it further. Okay, and it will help you so much to be that master builder you're here to be. You need to learn to commit. You know, you can't build unless you've actually committed to a person, place or thing or idea that you can put down roots into to dig the foundations for your security. And of course, you're going to find this difficult because you're a 22-4 life path. You can be uncommitted and unable to build stability and security, unable to have a direction, a focus, or even any goals to work towards. So the Master 22-4 life path needs you to learn to commit, work towards committing to people and places so that you can start setting goals and digging the foundations for your security in the real world, emotionally or in your body or your health. Remember, stability, safety and security manifest in so many ways. Your 7 talent energy finds it hard to commit to one subject, career, relationship, family or circumstance. They struggle to commit to one subject to research or one spiritual practice to keep with, let alone committing to one subject or career or relationship or even family circumstance. The 7 can struggle with that. So this is where this 7 talent could be a bit shaky for you as a 22-4. Because the 7 needs a lot more time to themselves, as I've said. And you will limit your commitment to others because of your talent in the 7, unless you feel that commitment serves you and your inner spiritual development, because it all comes down to that for a talented 7. So support your life path 22-4 by committing to people, information and places that will help you be a master builder. Okay, so it's not just about developing yourself, that as well, but more to be a master builder idea as well, so that you can manifest whatever ideas you have in whatever field that you're in for world safety, stability and security in whatever way you need to do it. So it is about directing it outwards and committing to the tangible things that you need to commit to in order to build tangible things and emotional things and to build strength in this world, which is what the master builder is here to be. You need to set and achieve specific goals that take you on your journey towards that inner and outer stability and security in every way. As I said right at the beginning, stability, security, safety, in whatever way it comes. Foundations, structures, physical and in the world. Families. Foundations can mean many things too, as long as, whether it's personal, environmental, business, families, business, empires, it's all built one goal at a time. Okay, Rome wasn't built in a day, but it was definitely goals were set and those goals were achieved step by step in order to build those beautiful structures that we have still today. So your Master 22-4 life path needs you to set yourself specific goals, smart goals, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant and timely, smart goals, and achieve them one bit at a time, one step at a time. And your 7 talent energy loves self-discovery and development, loves setting themselves personal goals. You're adept at thinking and researching and communing with that keen intuition and inner self and inner intelligence to decide what you want, to create your big picture of who you are and what you want. And then with your detail analysis ability, break it down into the specific details and goals and steps that you need to achieve and be that master builder you're here to achieve. So support that 22-4 life path by deciding on your world-changing ideas, your big picture for the future, and breaking it down into those smart targets, those smart goals that you can achieve to get yourself there. You can't just fly there. It's one step at a time towards whatever field of stability, security and safety that you decide to be a master builder within. You're here to learn to plan. create a process. The 7 learns by experience, but you need to work towards being a planner, creating a process and a procedure to ensure the achievement of your goals. Because, the 22-4, it's a heavy energy. They can struggle, especially if they're not managing their energy and they're getting nervous tension or anxiety. They can be quite, oversensitive, directionless, lazy, and block their own progression in many, many ways because of this sensitivity, and often, emotional instability and insecurity, or emotional not feeling safe, because that's what they're here to achieve. So it's going to be a difficulty for the 22-4. So the 22-4 Life Path Master needs you to create plans, processes, procedures, so that you do achieve every step of your goals, no matter what limitations and obstacles come your way. Your 7 talent energy means you can break down goals, you can think, you can look at it in the detail, you can break goals into manageable, logical, sequential targets for goal achievement. So you have the ability to do that, but you might not do it specifically, because the Life Path 7, it's about their own development. So they won't always set specific goals, because they themselves are their only benchmark for success. And goal achievement and ticking things off isn't always something that excites the 7. It's wisdom, enhanced wisdom or new knowledge that can really excite a 7. So support your 22-4 by planning the process and the procedure to achieve your goals step by step. Now, the 7 might get a bit bored of this, because you love flitting to all these different research and you love learning new things from your research. But this is asking you to dig deeper, to plan a process and a procedure for your goals step by step, in order to be that master builder that you need to be. You're here to develop meticulous focus, which the 7 can struggle with. And as a 22-4, you already have this struggle. You need to develop meticulous focus to achieve your stability, safety, and security, like emotional security, stability, and health, mental, emotional stability and health, physical, mental, emotion, stability and health, and a home, a business, and income, so that you can build that stability in the outside world. Whatever field it is you could go into, you're going to have the struggle with being a bit scattered. Okay, so your Life Path Master 22-4 needs you to develop more deeper focus on achieving in the world for world stability and your own stability. You've got a big responsibility and a big task to achieve at the end of the day. And your 7 talent energy makes you, or can exacerbate that scattered side of your nature, and often make you less able to focus and commit to one thing, which is vital for you to be a master builder. And this can exacerbate your life path tendency to be scattered and not to build stable foundations, and be impatient and run ahead too fast. However, the 7 is capable of meticulous focus when this focus supports their own inner self and spiritual development. So, you've got to look a little bit further than that for your Master 22-4. Support your Master 22 life path by committing to finding and focusing on a path that will develop and interest you, but also work towards stability. So if you're fascinated by yoga and you love it, maybe you can build world security all around the world by being a yoga teacher or a spiritual teacher with a global reach. There's so many options, as I said at the beginning, for stability, security, and safety. And there's more that was on just that slide. That just gave you a general idea. So committing to finding and focusing on a path, whatever path that may be, that will develop and interest you. It's got to be something that develop and interest you, so that you don't get bored, and that your 7 expression talent doesn't keep wavering whilst building your ideas. So use your passions to help you build security in the world, for best results. So I think we've done that one. So learn to be detail orientated, very much so. The 7 may not like that very much, but the 22-4, because they need to build things meticulously, a wall will fall down if it's not meticulously built at the end of the day. So meticulous, detail orientated, analytical, organized, and accurate to ensure your plans and processes are watertight. And of course, because this is your life path, this can be difficult for you. You can be totally disorganized and missteps in your plan and be inaccurate and a bit slapdash at times. And, you know, being slapdash is not congruent with building strong structures, whether it be physical or tangible in the world. You know, your Master 22/4 life path needs you to be analytical, organized and accurate to ensure those plans are watertight for whatever you're going to bring to this world and the security of yourself. Your 7 talent energy makes you extremely analytical, detail orientated. You research, you analyze, then you feed that research through your intuition and use it for your own intuitive and wisdom-filled needs. However, you prefer to learn by experience, and you learn best by experience, trial and error, and you are prone to a bit of disorganization and forgetfulness yourself, because the 7, as I said earlier, can enhance the scatteration of the 22/4 when they're struggling. So support that life path 22/4 by developing your planning skills, which you can do. You're very analytical in the 7, and keep you on track. Keep yourself on track and focused on your master builder goals and priorities. Okay, very, very important. You're an old soul. You've agreed to build an empire, an organization, a business, a home, and this involves hard work, detail focus, routine work and tasks. You know, to do all the difficult things that you have said that you will do as an old soul in this incarnation, you need a work ethic. You know, you need to work hard, and you need to develop enjoyment of the routine and tasks. Even the most creative and high level of environments needs routine tasks and routine work. And the 22/4 needs to develop that work ethic so that they get out there, work hard and achieve in the world. So you need to work harder, basically, but not too much that you become a workaholic, because, you know, your own health is important. And enjoy even the most routine tasks of a day. You're capable of hard work in the 7, but it needs to support your inner self and your own spiritual development. And you're not one for routine tasks, really, and your work needs to mean something to you and link back to the bigger picture. So there's ways of linking even the most mundanest of tasks or the hardest work tasks back to your master builder goals, especially when you're working for and doing the mundane tasks of achieving your goals and your master builder tasks. I mean, mundane tasks are also a part of that. Everyone has to do that. So support your life path 22/4 by working harder, not too hard so that you become unhealthy, but working harder on your bigger picture and your subject that supports your inner development, but using that and acting on your enhanced self-knowledge that you have in the 7 and the abilities in the 22 to be a more effective master builder in this world. You're here to master build something big. You know, you're here to increase world security, stability and safety in some way and achieve more world peace. I mean, peace is security. Knowing yourself better and trusting your intuition can help you achieve this part of your big task in this lifetime. You need to develop patience and perseverance so that every step in the process towards your goals and your stable foundation are taken. You know, we can't be missing steps. You know, you're prone to impatience and missing steps, and then there'll be holes in the wall that you've built and it'll be more likely to fall down. That's a metaphor, by the way, but it can be when you're building a wall as well, and structures. You know, it's got to be strong. You can't do it half measures and you can't miss steps out. So you need to persevere and be patient for your 22/4 master life path, so that you can achieve your goals step by step without any holes, without it skipping steps or, you know, thinking that you don't need to do that part and then everything falls down because you haven't put that part in. So your 7 talent energy makes you a thinker. You're always wanting to develop yourself internally, which can only support your 22/4 life path. You set yourself big picture goals. They might not be specific, and you set about the journey towards those goals, but they're for your own inner development more naturally than stuff in the real world at this point. You learn by experience and you change direction quite erratically as your intuition guides you. This means you may not set firm, planned, specific steps towards your goals. You may miss steps and you may change direction frequently until you feel that you're on that secure path. But as a Master 22-4, this is just one of the things that you're here to get past. Embrace these difficulties and set about working towards them to achieve your life path. So be more determined and specific with your plans. Learn to plan ahead more and follow each step of your plan to the letter more than, say, you did before, to make sure that everything you do is more meticulous than you would naturally be. Okay, so you're not missing steps or changing direction too frequently to make everything wobble and fall over, which can be a possibility with you or this client. 22-4, expression number 7. So you must be determined as well. Meticulous, detail orientated, and sometimes this can really stamp on your motivation. So you need to keep motivated, persevere, keep going, even when you have obstacles and there's things in the way that you feel that are getting in your way, obstacles and limitations. And sometimes you can let those obstacles and limitations stop you. And your 22 life path master 4, what was that? Your master 22 4 life path needs you to be more determined to get past those obstacles and limitations and never give up. Go round them, over them, or underneath them. Work with them. Your 7 talent energy will persevere. For as long as your intuition continues and your personal development continues to be done and continues to agree, and you're continuing to develop internally. But again, this can be changeable, because once the 7 feels they've learned enough, they'll be gone if they allow themselves to do that. They're prone to changing direction on their goals, and if they decide something's run its course, or they change direction, or they have another goal in mind, they'll just completely fly off in another direction and they'll just down tools, basically, in a metaphorical sense. So support your life path 22-4 by setting goals intuitively to achieve that inner knowing that you're on the right path, and the determination to walk that path despite obstacles, despite your mind telling you, or your intuition, giving you all these mixed signals. Meditation can help you here. Obstacles can teach you the most and develop you the most. Limitations can teach you the most. So learn to, really work with these obstacles and these limitations. How can you learn from them? How can you get around them? How can you work alongside them in order to continue moving forward? Don't give up at the first hurdle. Very, very important that your goals are set and that you have the knowing and the determination to walk that path despite any obstacles and limitations that are in your way. And of course, because you're a master 22-4, with the potential to be an extremely successful influencer and master builder, you're going to find all this difficult, and it's a lifelong journey. Okay, so don't beat yourself up. You're here to do a big job. You're here to learn to come to terms with limitation, as I've just gone on about, and limitations that are externally imposed on us for many, many reasons. And then the limitations that you can emotionally impose in yourself, like through victimhood or low confidence, or, hiding from the world because of this victimhood. The 22-4 and 9s as well, and 4s on their own can hold on to difficulties and use that to hold them back, and then use all limitations as an excuse to hold them back. And you need to learn for your 22-4 master life path to cope with limitation and eliminate any self-imposed restrictions. Your 7 talent energy trusts the world around you at its best. You know intuitively, because you've lots of wisdom about the world, why some restrictions are needed, and that everything is going as it should, really, for our own development. We've all got to learn to get past obstacle and restriction at some point. You see difficulties and obstacles and limitation as a learning experience that keeps you on your path of spiritual evolution. Limitation should be exciting you to develop more, to learn more, but often it doesn't for a 4, a 9 or a 22-4. They can be prone to disconnection due to deep mistrust in the 7, in yourself and the world around you. If they're not connecting with their spiritual wisdom, they can easily intuit and also over intuit and overthink negative intention and limitations. They can think people are just out to get them. They're limiting me because they're out to get me, or blah, 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 blah. But, you know, you need to support your life path 22-4 by staying focused through the external limitation. Learn as you go and intuit with all that wisdom you have inside you the best route to take around and through limitation, or the best way to learn about limitation and obstacles. You're here to look at your wounded, problematic relationships, that victimhood thing. Work through feelings of lack and pain that they've brought you, especially if you haven't come to terms with the fact that all experience is there to learn and evolve you, not to hold you back. So your life path 22-4 needs you to develop past that victimhood by reconciling those past issues as learning experiences for you to pull out the embedded lessons and take them forward and make you stronger and help you to move on with your life and help you to be that master builder that you're here to be. So your 7 talent energy, because of your spiritual knowledge and talent, you know, because you've already developed it, you've already researched it, that all experience has a purpose to develop and evolve you, even the negative experience. In fact, it can evolve you better than positive experiences on many occasions. In fact, nearly all. You may dislike problems and perceived injustices. You do as a 7. From your past and your present, but you experience them to teach you important lessons, and you've learned all those embedded lessons that you agreed to learn, and you know you agreed to learn them, and that's your attitude towards, you know, any pun that's hurt you in your past. You know, you were there to learn something. You were there to learn something for your own evolution, and it's important that if you haven't yet, and you're still holding a victim mentality, that you think about those areas where that victim mentality is and see if you can pull out, think about what happened, and are there any lessons for you that you are conveniently ignoring that would help you get past this feeling of victimhood that you have. So you have the 7 ability to do that. So don't be a victim. The 22-4 life paths needs you to realize that you're not a victim of your experiences. You're here to learn from them. You know, think about what are your embedded lessons and learn them. You know, don't allow victimhood to hold you back, because you're here to build great things in this world. Now, I hope you found my video really useful today. If you haven't subscribed or not, please do so and smash that bell icon, because I'm always uploading new stuff. I've got lessons on Udemy that I'm going to put in the description box, and I'm making a new a Udemy course for people that want to learn to be numerology readers, but it's going to be a very long course. It's going to be about 60 hours long by the time I finish, so it's going to take a while to come. But if you have any video requests, if you want to ask me any questions, or just basically have a chat, then you can email me or contact me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn or Twitter. I do one-to-one teaching for numerology, one-to-one coaching, one-to-one readings. So if you fancy having a reading with me, send me an email or contact me on social media. But for now, I want you to trust that soul within you, and forever trust that soul within you, because only you and your inner self knows what's best for you. See you soon.